I'm here with my son and my husband, and I want to record this simply because I think it's something like really important to me, and I hope everybody can hear us. And so I've gotten my 23andMe results today, and I've been nervous but also very excited. I did the 23andMe plus health, so we're gonna see that right now. Okay, but before we see it, I just want, like, if you can just say what you think I am.
What I think?
Yeah. Like the jokes we were making before.
Like, like fully white or like fully...
Like, whatever you think I am, like my mix. Even though I've told you, even though my family says what they say.
What I think you are slightly Spanish from Spain. I think you are mostly South American. I think you have an indigenous South American bloodline somewhere in there. I think you have a tiny bit of British. I think you have maybe a smidget of Jamaican. Maybe.
But like Jamaican's like
okay, maybe
African or something like that.
Okay. Maybe West Indies or maybe from, I don't know, somewhere in Africa. I don't know.
I kind of want to show like what our child looks like, but I'll probably insert a picture just because he's having fun right now. But what my family says we are is like Spaniard, because Santa Maria. Don't click it, because once you click it, things start opening up. Spaniard, because of my last name, my maiden name was Santa Maria. Then some from my dad's side. So let's just make it one side at a time. My mom's side, indigenous of El Salvador, like the Pupian tribe. So that would be Salvadorians. And then from my grandmother's side, my great grandmother's side, from my mom, Spaniard, Santa Maria. And then we also have Rivas. And then what else from my mom's side? I think it's just Salvadorian and Spaniard and indigenous. And then from my dad's side, my grandmother, my dad's mom, my grandmother is from Jamaica, and my grandfather, my dad's dad, is also African but British. So he was from the story that I understand, he was born in England, raised there, and then my grandfather moved to Nicaragua, and my grandmother was born in Jamaica, moved to Nicaragua, and then they conceived the child, which was my father. So I also am Nicaraguan. So there's Nicaragua, El Salvador, España, and I was born and raised in Canada. So, and my mom and my dad are divorced, so I don't really have much to go off when it comes to my dad, except for what I learned until I was 12 with my dad, and what I spoke to my grandmother Joyce and my grandfather, and their middle name is Palmer. And then there's this whole thing where my dad loved like Asian culture, still does, and like Chinese specifically. And I always ask my mom why, and then I asked certain people from Nicaragua, and the part where my dad was from was called Bluefields. And so in Bluefields, a lot of people from China migrated there years ago. So there's also this like thing that my mom thinks, okay, this is what my mom says, but she never met the full side of my dad's family, that there's like Chinese. I don't like, that's, I don't know. But for me personally, what I think is like some indigenous, like a Native American. I think Ashwanaki Jewish, just because I've seen so many 23andMe and a lot of them have that. And some sort of Spaniard. Then El Salvador. And then I just want to know the percentage like of African. I would be surprised if I have like a little bit of Nigerian, a little bit of Jewish. And then I just kind of want to know, like, my main thing is also the health, because we do have a child, and tests. I know it's just a guide. It's not like 100. Well, it's 100% because it's in a lab, but they tell us to go check it with our doctors once we get a positive or a predisposition percentage or whatever. So that's a big thing for me. So I'm actually really nervous now, and I was really nervous the day that I spat in the tube. Those 2 days I'm just really nervous, and I have a video of that, I think, too. I think.
Yeah, it should be on your...
I think it's on YouTube, and it's gonna actually premiere the 23rd, because my results were not supposed to come in today, early. My results were supposed to come the 23rd of December, and they kept telling me that. So, my husband told me, oh, your results are in, and I'm like, okay. So, without further ado, let's just get
it.
Let's get into it.
Let's get it done.
Oh.
We're waiting for it to sign in. It's taking a bit.
I'll just edit.
The suspense.
Okay, Melanie, it's time to learn more about your DNA story. Your ancestry traits and health results based on your DNA are now available. Oh, my chest.
How many?
And health results based on your DNA are now available. Oh, my chest.
How many years is this waiting for?
I've said 5.
5 years?
You've said 3, because I've only told you in the 3 years that we've been married, but I've wanted to do this forever. However, I don't know why it's a stigma or it's not normal or whatever. Latin people don't do it. They just don't care. They don't want to know. I don't know. There's just... My mom is always saying, I don't care. I don't want to know. I can tell you what you are. But honestly, you can't, because you don't tell me the percentages. Nor honestly, you can't, because you don't tell me the percentages. Nor... I want to know where we migrated, why we migrated, what the heck happened. Yeah. Like, that's important to me. And Matt, like my husband, likes history. And I like history too, not as much as him, but...
This is fun.
That stuff for me is really cool.
It's cool.
So, it says start with ancestry.
Let's do it. Get into it. Click it.
Wait, I don't know if this needs to have volume. Okay.
Click it.
Good job. It's supposed to do like fancy music thing, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
What? No, that's low. That is low.
Yeah.
That is so freaking low. Like, I mean, I would have been happy if I was 100% like all full Spanish, but that percentage is low.
It's Portuguese. It's not just Spanish.
Oh, it's so low because, okay, so my dad's name, like I said, is Acevedo, and everybody said, oh, you're Portuguese. I was like, no? Like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just going to read this because I'm freaking out.
It suggests.
I'm excited. Okay. Your DNA suggests your ancestry, take this in, is only, because my whole family's like, you're Latina 100%, maybe a little bit. Look at your skin, my hair was like super curly, super curly, but I went to a school with like a lot of Caucasian people. Like, to make this long story short, I was made fun of. So I started bleaching my hair at 11. So that my hair would start be straight. So it would be just wavy and straight, and I wouldn't get made fun of. And I did stay out of, my husband knows the story. I used to stay out of the sun a lot. To be whiter. So
with 10 other...
Wait. You can't. This is my thing. Okay, wait.
You have to get into it.
I don't think I can get any more into it. Okay, your ancestry is 31.1%. 34. 34.1%.
It's not even half.
Spanish and Portuguese with ties to 10 other population. Not even half.
Spanish.
Latina, Spanish. In your face, people.
You're not even half Spanish.
I'm not even half Spanish. Okay, so listen. I love my Latin culture when it comes to food and the things I know. But because I was born and raised in Canada, I get made fun of. I mean, like, I've gotten made fun of by Spanish people. Like, even married, I think my husband has experienced some of that. They're like, but you're Spanish, like, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, but I was raised. All the youth, young people out here listening that have been born and raised in Canada, especially Toronto, like a city, we don't understand the concepts of our tierra, our culture. And even if we're like in it 24/7, is not the same thing as living there. So I love it. I love my culture, what I know of it. I love the food in Nicaragua and El Salvador. But I knew.
You're not even happy.
I knew in my soul was screaming out, there is more to you than what everybody's telling you. So
let's get it.
34.1%.
Let's get it.
And take this in. It's not even full Spanish. Spanish and what?
Portuguese.
Spanish and Portuguese is 34.1. So don't come at me with you're full Latina nothing.
Let's see the full report.
No.
View report.
Okay, let's go view report. Ooh.
Here we go. Oh my goodness.
Oh. Okay, so obviously it always says, yo, that's scary.
You're from a lot of places.
Yeah, how do you think this beauty came to be? So this is pretty shocking too. Because my husband's like, I think you're really white. And I'm like, my dad, like my grandmother, what? Like we have pictures and I don't know if I can insert them, but it's just, they're not white.
You're welcome.
Quieren? This is higher than my Spanish and Portuguese. I'm more European than you, babe. I don't know. We haven't done his test. I'm 39.8%.
No, but that's that.
Oh, that's including. Okay, so that's including the Spanish Portuguese. So let's break this down. So 39.8%. It says Southern European. I don't even know what that is. 38.4. Spanish and Portuguese, 34.1. Yo, I'm Italian. Not but like barely. 0.9%. Broadly, Southern European, 3.4%. I'm Jewish! I told you I'm Jewish. I knew it. I said it. I said, watch me get even 0.10. I'm 0.8. 0.8. Ashkenazi Jewish. I said it. My brother was making fun of me today earlier. He was throwing jokes. You know what? There you go. Northwestern European, 0.3. French and German.
Jawohl.
Vous parlez le français?
Ah,
0.2%. Broadly Northwestern European, 0.1%. Broadly European, 0.3%.
Oh my gosh.
East Asian, okay, and Native American, 32.5%.
Native American.
I'm having flashbacks.
That's almost all of your Spanish. Like that's almost equal to your Spanish.
That's what I was telling my mom, and she's like, no. Like she's like separating everything.
Well, your mom is now
Native American, guys, ladies and gentlemen, take this in. Nativa Americana, 32.0%. 32.0%. 32 is a high number. I don't know about you guys, but 32 for me. And then broadly East Asian and Native American. What is that?
East Asian is China.
Who?
China.
Who? Because a lot of Spanish people don't get that at all.
Yeah.
I was right. Whoa, you know what's scary? I know myself so well. I didn't even need to go to a lab. I just proved everybody wrong. I'm sorry, baby. Am I scaring you? He's like yanking at me like, Mama, what are you doing? Yo, broadly East Asian and Native American, 0.5%. Okay, here we go. This is the one. This is the one where I was like, I have a feeling I'm near the 30s.
Your ancestors have been around.
You know the truth, though. Go. We're not gonna get into that, okay? Okay, let me just defend my husband for a second. Oh. I'm gonna grab you. Come here. My husband's Caucasian, but he was raised in India, so he may say and sound and say things that are kind of funky, but you know, he's just making jokes. Don't take anything seriously. Oh, this is our son. You get to see him. Look at this. Our mixture, all of that. And this little boy right here. Hey, look at him. Look at him. You enjoying? All right. We're getting into this right now. This is crazy. This is the one that I wanted to know. Like I said, I didn't know much about my dad, all right? So, Sub-Saharan African. Okay. 23.4%. I said, bless you, somewhere around the 30s. Bless you. Papito, you got Sub-Saharan African blood in you. And it's not a 1 or 2%. It's not like the whole other population in the world. Mama's got 23.4. How you feel about that? Oh, okay. We got grunts. So, if you can just scroll down gently, because I'm going through it slowly. West African, 20.1%. Look, what did I say? I said it. I called it out today, and I said it to everybody. I was like, watch me be Nigerian. Nigerian, 14.0%. Like, do I need the test? Like, I was calling all these things out.
Well, you need the test so you know.
Yeah, for the percentage, yeah. And like to confirm my suspicions of myself.
Yep.
Ghanaian, mm-hmm. And then Liberian and Syria and Leonin, 3.6%. Zim, I can't say these words. So
Senegambian
and
that's Guyana.
So there's, I think, Ghanaian, and this one's Guinean. I'm sorry, guys, I can't pronounce that. But that's 1.7%. Broadly, this is the broad. Broadly, West African is only 0.8%.
And then your Congolese
and
East African.
Congolese and Southeast. What? Southern East African, 3.0%. Angolan, Congolese, 3.0. Broadly Sub-Saharan African, 0.3. I told you, babe. I told you. This boy, let me tell you what. This boy is tall, and his hair is not like his dad does, and not like mine. And I told him, and some of his like features on his fingers and everything are like my dad's, my grandmother from my dad's side, my brother, and like I told him, but no, he's too light skinned. He's too white to have any of that in his blood. Look at me. Okay, where are we? Western Asian and North African. Can you explain to me what Western Asian is?
Western Asian, that is more like Russia.
Really?
It's like up west.
Okay. It says North African 1.2. Okay, so Western Asian, North African, it says 2.2%. North African 1.2, Northern West Asian 0.9%. Okay, so this is my Caucasian, guys. Iranian, Caucasian, and Mesopotamian 0.9%. Broadly Western Asian and North African 0.1%. And just now we are finally getting into recent ancestry in the Americas. Finally. So this is crazy because I was saying literally today, like, watch me have something in Mexico. And my mom's like, we have a lot of Mexican friends and like they're basically like family. And my mom's like, orale, and I'm like, no, I'm serious. So I'm gonna read here. Oh, and I have 2.1% unassigned. Only 2.1% unassigned. There has been people that have 10% unassigned. So I've been found. Only 2.1% unassigned.
There you go.
Wow. Wow. In people's faces. Like everything I've said, I haven't even exaggerated. I feel it in my blood, in my soul. I've always been saying it. And people are like, how can you be so much? I'm like, do you not know history? Do you not know migration? Do you not know like wars? What happened? Like, think kind of thing, you know? Whatever. So recent ancestry in the Americas. It says Mexico and Central America. Let's see. There's 38 regions. And guess what they found? So it says your ancestry may have lived in the following locations. El Salvador.
Okay.
Okay, which is number 1. And they say San Salvador Department, which is where my mom and my grandmother and my great-grandfather said that they were from, is actually number 1 out of their guesses from where in El Salvador, which they're 100% right. And then the rest of them just go to number 10 from their guesses. Then Nicaragua is the second one. And it says highly likely a match. Nicaragua. And the first one, this is interesting. Because I didn't know. And everybody that was my Nicaraguan friends would ask me, like, about what part in Nicaragua? I'm like, I just know it's a little place called Bluefields, but that's not the actual, like, region. The region is Managua. I've never heard of that place. That's number 1. Number 2 is Jinotega. So those 2 are my highest likely, and they're right. They're pretty right, because my mom's from there and my dad's from there. Then the next one, which is likely match, Guatemala. Yo. Like, that's where my ancestors came from. That's where they like, migrated. And then it says Guatemala Department. And then Honduras.
Really?
Yeah. That's why, look at this belleza. Like, people are like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, if I sat to tell you the things that I know, you wouldn't believe me. And every time I've ever told anybody growing up, they never believed me. I had to have pictures on me or show them like on my phone. So for Honduras, we have Copan Department. Ready for Caribbean? Their estimate of where my ancestry, so the recent ancestry in the Americas, like where they went from. Caribbean. Let's see. Loading. Okay, so your DNA suggests that you have Caribbean ancestors. Of course I do. I mean, it's 23-something%. That's pretty high. Jamaica.
Hey.
I was right. I wasn't lied to. Thank goodness. St. Elizabeth Parish. That's the only one they detected. That's crazy. Because in the other ones that they detected for the other, like the ones from El Salvador, they had 10 different places. Or Honduras, they had 10 different places. And then for Caribbean, they only have Jamaica. And then they said, we did not detect enough evidence of recent ancestry from any other places, like Cuba, Barbados, Dominican Republic, Grenada, Haiti. So I'm straight from Jamaica. From St. Elizabeth Parish.
Interesting.
Wow. I can't even go and find my my relatives, because I know my grandfather and my grandmother died. I know because the last I heard from my dad, like the very last time we talked, I was 12. My grandfather was really sick and my grandmother was really old, so that's all I know from them. South America, there's 9 regions. My South American ancestors, whoa, Colombia, Bogota. Soy colombiana. No, I'm kidding. All the Colombians that will come at me and like, no, you're not. No, you weren't raised in Colombia. You ain't Colombian. There's no blah blah blah. So Colombia, yeah. So they didn't detect anything else except for Colombia.
Really?
Yeah. It says here, we did not detect enough evidence of recent ancestry from Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Ecuador, Guyana, Paraguay, Peru, Uruguay, or Venezuela. So Colombian for sure.
That's insane.
No wonder no one can ever tell what I am. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. This is so insane. Like, I don't think people understand. At first I was like, oh, whatever. Like it's just, it is what it is. But now I'm like, what? So how many generations ago was your most recent ancestor for each part? Is I'm going to print this all out. And I'm going to put it in a binder. And I'm going to have it for me and for my son and for whoever wants to see, because I'm not going to keep opening up my email to explain myself. So not only that, like, I feel like it's important to have the health stuff and everything like that out in the open. But I am all this. I'm really happy. I wanted to see my, so there's a relatives, DNA relatives. So, like I said, from my mom's side, they're like, no, they never do anything like this. Apparently, I have to sign up for this, which I thought I did. So, it shows the strength of the relationship on the right. And it shows how much DNA is shared. Unfortunately, like, I knew none of my, like, close cousins that would be sharing, or like family members that would be sharing high percentage of DNA are here. So I only have cousins that are like 1 point something. So I have a second cousin who's 1.65% DNA shared. Then I have another second cousin, once removed, 1.20% shared. I have a third cousin. I have a lot of third cousins, which I'm not surprised, because in El Salvador, that's normal. I was kind of hoping I'd find my siblings from Nicaragua here, but obviously this is something hard for them to like get hands on. Wow, and they're like connected from our grandparents or something from El Salvador. And it says it here on the left. And then from Nicaragua, my third cousins, one of the grandparents are connected to us. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. I don't know any of these people. And there's a lot. Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. That is it. That's the tea.